You want the latest news about the upcoming survival MMO Dune Awakening? All pre-order editions in comparison? The release date, the game model and much more? Then you are right here. Because we take a detailed look at the latest releases and news about the upcoming survival MMO hit Dune Awakening. Because this one is already starting on May 20th for the PC. The announced console versions will appear at a later time and will be announced. But this is not an early access start, which sends us to an early test version at an indefinite time, but directly a full release, so no early access start. Although that is not 100% correct, because owners of the Deluxe or Ultimate editions, which we will take at a look, receive a 5-day early access, but an early start and not an early access version, since it is a full release. But let's take a look at the 3 different pre-order options. The standard version for around $50 via Steam contains the base game and, when pre-ordered, 2 exclusive bonus contents. The Deluxe edition for $70 contains the base game plus additional content and advantages, including the 5-day early start. So a start from the 15th of May and the Season Pass. And finally, we have the third option, for the Ultimate Edition for $90. This is the most extensive and expansive version with all contents of the Deluxe Edition plus additional exclusive items and digital extras. But what is included in the different versions and is a Deluxe or Ultimate Edition worth? In all editions, when pre-ordered, there is the Muy Deep Terrarium, so a detailed decoration for your home base, in which the iconic desert mouse follows its course. In addition, pre-orders receive a special texture, so a unique color pattern which can use on weapons, vehicles and armaments. Here, the sunset dye. As an upgrade to the Deluxe Edition, we have the option of starting the game 5 days earlier, from May 15th. And in addition, there is a Season Pass, which includes 4 DLCs, where the first DLC appeared directly at the launch and contains locationable objects inspired by the wilderness of Arrakis, including a Shaihu loot decoration. The third feature is more interesting, the Sardaukar Battle Armor, a threatening armor of the military elite unit of the Sardaukar. And for the Ultimate Edition, there are additional contents, so everything from the Deluxe Edition and the Standard Edition, plus an upgrade to the Caladan Palace building set, so different building lines and locationable objects from the 2021 movie by Denis Villeneuve. And also, in addition, the appropriate distill suit from the movie, which was worn in the film by Paul Atreides. Also, a digital art book with 50 pages and a digital soundtrack that covers 90 minutes of music. And of course, as well as 2 special textures, the blue Dashir ornithopter and the dusty sandbite texture. And with all objects and features, these are purely optical objects, so nothing that offers you more powerful artifacts or access to special weapons directly in the game. Because you can also find comparable armor or distill suit in the game, but in a different look. And that leads us directly to the monetization plans for Funcom for Dune Awakening. Creative director Joel Balos had made it clear that he wants a transparent communication with the community. Therefore, Dune Awakening works according to a buy-to-play model, so very classic, with an one purchase for unlimited game access. There are no subscription fees, so in contrast to other MMOs, we don't pay anything to be able to play the game, only the game itself. And one of the most important and rather unusual points of our time is that Dune Awakening appears as a direct release, so a complete release, not an early access version where players are taken as beta testers for years. And there was also an outlook for the future content, because there are various free updates regularly which brings new content, features and improvements. But also optional DLCs, which are monetizable, so associated with additional costs. And with these additional content, there should mainly be cosmetic items, building parts or thematic content. Also, it will be possible to spend money on a Season Pass, where several DLCs bundled as Season Pass can be offered. The most important point, however, was the multiple statements and the emphasis that there should be no pay-to-win elements in the game. That is basically cosmetic content, and if it is equipment with corresponding stat, it will not belong to the higher levels, so no endgame content here. All in all, this sounds like a very fair game model for the player. But what do you expect in Dune Awakening? We have already provided you with some videos here on the channel. In short, Dune Awakening plays in an alternative timeline of the Dune universe, in which the Fremen have disappeared, Paul Atreides was never born, Lady Jessica, whom Bene Gesserit obeyed and gave birth to a daughter, and Duke Leto Atreides survived the attack on Arrakis and is now in a brutal conflict with the Harkonnen around Arrakis and the valuable spice. As a player, we start as a prisoner who is sent to Arrakis to reveal the secret of the disappearance of the Fremen. We follow the traces of the mysterious desert sequence and learn the true meaning of the desert power, while we rise from nameless survivors to the agents of the Atreides or Harkonnen. In doing so, we find different game mechanics, which we also know from other survival MMOs, but with some special features. Because Dune Awakening is a combination of different survival elements, so surviving in the hostile desert environment of Arrakis, which is not that easy, detailed base building, the construction and managing of owning player bases, also with other players together, various MMO elements such as a persistent online world with thousands of players, PvE and PvP fights against other players and the environment and against dangers of the desert, including the iconic sandworms and other dangers. A deep political and intriguous system, whereby we can create political systems and alliances ourselves, as well as an extensive resource management system, the collection and management of materials and spice and other valuable resources. Basically, the first phases of the game serve to concentrate on survival and base building, whereby we get to know the politics and the economy in the later, more complex MMO phases. But already at the moment, you can take a little bit of Dune Awakening, because there is already a benchmark tool where you can already create your own character and also get a small in-game item at the later. And for this you have also a benchmark option to see whether Dune Awakening runs properly on your system. And due to the use of the Unreal Engine 5.4, the system requirements are very moderate, as we see here, so already playable on weaker systems. The optics, thanks to the Unreal Engine and various specials, are quite worth seeing. With nanite sand, lumen lightning, DLSS or FSR support, Dune Awakening also offers a lot optically. And not every desert is just sand. For example, we have the deep deserts with sandstorms and worms, various rocky places for base building and crafting, as well as various polar regions. Because on the sand planet Dune or Arrakis, survival is of course in the foreground. So we have always to pay attention, look for protection from the sun and of course escape the sandworms. But also gameplay with co-op elements or with clan wars against other players to conquer spice fields or the various server events invites you for more than just a trip to Dune. And of course, there are also various story elements and missions, such as finding the Fremen or deciding for one of the factions, such as the Atreides or Harkonnen. And with the crafting system, it helps us from mini bases to mega fortresses, all with modular and adjustable parts. And in addition, we can build various vehicles such as sandbikes, tank-like vehicles, or up to ornithopters for air battles. Dune Awakening is positioned as an ambitious project that combines the strengths of Funcom's earlier titles such as Conan Exiles and the various MMO experiences with Anarchy Online and Age of Conan. And with a powerful Dune license and a unique setting in an alternative Dune timeline, the conditions are given for a hit. The positive impressions it strengthens thanks to the open, transparent monetization model without subscription fees. Therefore, we are already very excited about the live release soon. And by the way, if you want to participate in the current beta, which is still running under NDA, so we couldn't say anything about it, we recommend you to visit duneawakening.com and sign up for it. It's worth it. But what is your opinion on the upcoming survival MMO by Funcom, Dune Awakening? Have you already pre-ordered or are you waiting for the release? Let us know here in the comments, on Discord or in our daily Twitch live streams. where we will of course also show you regular Dune Awakening content. I say goodbye until next time, we see you on Arrakis, and thanks for watching.